Hey, welcome back to episode 8 of what is now probably one of my favorite television series of all time. Who has been gatekeeping The Haunting of Hill House? Let's get into it. I have so many questions that they have yet to answer, and I know that they will, and I know they'll be brilliant. I know they'll be just amazing.
Big question is, how aggressive do you want to be?
Very aggressive.
You've been trying for 2 years?
And 4 months. Planning and pacing intercourse. It's been very romantic.
So we're looking at IUI or IVF?
I told you to read the thing.
Your cycle's unpredictable?
Is that a problem?
Over 35, the situation becomes more difficult. Very often it's manageable.
Will
No.
insurance help with that?
Most companies
That's his
won't cover
mom.
IVF, but very often the genetic test. All right, so Steven, when can we schedule your tests?
Ooh, which test?
A sample of your semen. When did you last ejaculate?
A week.
No, it's 2 weeks.
Naughty boy.
We'll need to reschedule it for another time.
Homework, honey.
What are you doing at my appointment, dead mom?
We gotta talk.
About what? Steve.
Steve.
I'm sorry. I can fix this.
No, I don't want to cancel it. I just want a usage alert. He hasn't used the credit card yet. They're going to send me an alert when he does. I hope he tries an ATM and doesn't trade the card for dope.
Does he have your PIN?
Are you kidding?
Why would he try an ATM?
He took the card to use the card. Now we'll know if he does. He didn't have to break the house.
I don't think he did.
Me neither. Someone ask you what you think, Theodora?
Sorry.
If it wasn't Luke, who was it?
Maybe one of your kids.
That makes sense. Or maybe it was the guy who just stole a car to put a needle in his arm.
Worried about a lot more than that.
What do you mean?
I mean that it can cluster in families, especially twins. If they lose a twin, the odds go up. He may not be planning to come home.
I'll go look for him.
He could be anywhere.
Yeah, I'll go with you. Got this.
Just wait a bit. We'll see if he's using the car.
Then call me if he does.
What are you gonna do? Drive in circles? Hope he's standing on some corner?
We're really not going to tell them what we saw.
We going or what? I just want to help.
4 eyes are better than 2.
I just want to help.
I'm gonna start using some really strong chemicals down here, and it just isn't safe. I could use your help with something, though.
Yeah?
Your mom's gonna go to your Aunt Janet's in a few days. Stay a bit.
How come?
Well, you know, she's been cooped up in this house all summer. I could really use your help watching your brother and your sisters while she's away.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Nice kid, you know? Just a nice kid.
Mom?
Not.
What do you mean, sweetheart? Of course you're safe with me.
Mom? Are you okay?
Where are the twins?
Downstairs.
Of course.
Are you sure?
I'm fine, sweetie. I'm fine.
No, he's never seen anything.
Okay, thanks. So, what's going on with you and Lee?
What do you mean?
How's your marriage?
You aren't seriously doing
Well,
this.
yeah.
Jesus
okay, I wasn't
Christ,
gonna, well, I
Dad,
just
you're
thought
out of
I would-
line.
We might be in the car for a while, and so I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna ask my son about his life. What's wrong with that?
Doesn't work that way, Dad.
Your mom and I were married 15 years. together 5 before that. She used to say she was the kite and I was the line. Like she was a creature of the clouds and I was a creature of the earth. Without me, she'd become untethered and she would float away up into the... And then without her, I would just crash, just drop right down to the ground. But together, you know, we separated. You didn't know that, probably. Briefly, we separated. You were 1 year old. Stupidest thing I ever did. I don't even know how we got there. Just know we fought. I don't know what we fought about, but you know, I finally came to my senses and came back. She put her arms around me. She kissed me. She forgave me with her eyes, and she handed you to me. I had you in one arm and her in the other, and that was it. And Shirley came along, and from that moment on, we were on the same team. We still fought sometimes, but it was different. We fought with love. She taught me that. You're on the same team, even when you're in the middle of the fight. During the fight, you're forgiven. There's no fear, there's no danger, you're safe. I hope, really, you get to experience that sometime. It's a beautiful way to be. We weren't perfect, but we were always kind. And I love her today just as much as I did in the beginning. So whatever you need to fix between you and Lee, I really hope you do. And that's all I really wanted to say.
Just that beautiful monologue. That was all I have to give.
Candy, 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 candy!
Sure you won't come with us?
You guys have fun.
Come on, Mom, candy!
Bring her back, son. Mom's had a very hard day. Still disappointed you're not going as Captain Lame.
I swear to God, Dad.
Hey, can we talk when I get back?
Yeah, you should talk.
How? You'll be back at the hotel.
Okay.
Just talk. Hear what he has to say.
Let's go.
Turn off the porch light. I can't handle trick-or-treaters tonight.
I love you.
You guys have fun.
Such doghouse-ness. Such doghouse. No one wanted to tell her what they saw, and now she's alone in here by herself. Nice. Nice.
What the hell? Sorry, no candy here. Goddamn lights off.
You let a spirit in. You let somebody in. Behind the door. Urgh.
All the hospitals again.
Ask them what? They've seen a junkie in a funeral suit?
He's 90 days clean, and he's your brother. He's a good man.
They're not mutually exclusive. He's my brother, but he's a junkie. You didn't have to come.
Yeah, I did, Steve. He's my son. I don't know what I'd do if I lost him. Any of you, I can't lose anyone else. One day when you have children, you'll understand that.
I'm never having children.
That's a shame. These kids are the best thing in my life.
You mean Aunt Janet's life? She's the one who raised your kids, didn't she?
Everything I did, I
did to protect
you.
us, I know. Just like you protected Mom.
Here we go.
Her skull cracked like a melon. There were bruises on her upper arms because someone grabbed her pretty hard. And a contusion on the back of her head from being shoved into a wall. She was limping, she was bruised to hell, depressed out of her mind. Unmedicated, untreated, and abandoned.
It wasn't like that. I did my best, and you have no idea.
You threw us in a
what
car, you left her there alone, and she threw herself off the goddamn staircase, and that was your best?
Yeah, all right, well, she should not have been left alone in the house.
It wasn't the house. She was sick. She was sick in her mind, and the one person that was supposed to take care of her didn't do a goddamn thing to get her help. I miss her. I miss my mom.
I miss her too.
It's certainly beautiful. Where did you find it?
The game room.
The what room?
Upstairs. You know, I think a little paint. Maybe fix those drawers and she might really love it. So, do you know where the paint and stuff is?
Why don't you ask your father?
I did. He's busy.
I do know where some paint is. I thought so. This must have been Poppy's. She was William's wife. She was insane.
She looks kind of wild.
No, I mean clinically. So was he. William's parents sent him to an institution when he was a kid. It was just a place where rich parents hid their embarrassments. They met in the mental institution. They fell in love in an asylum.
Did you know her?
Oh, yes. She was just as crazy, just older. She was a beautiful young woman in her time, though. No doubt about that. If you really want this to be a surprise for your mom, I'd suggest you don't work on it in your room.
Such a nice boy. Just wants to help, you know, he just wants to make everybody happy and proud. Okay. Little mold, that's all. Just a bit of mold. Same mold that appears on those pieces.
Just take the candy and go.
Get it done.
You're very clever. How about you try another house? I'm not in the mood. What the do you want?
I was just coming to apologize. Who are you yelling at?
Some kids or...
Get it. Wait.
Not now.
I can explain.
I doubt that.
I know what it looked like last night.
You're making out with my husband.
He pushed me away.
Is that supposed to make this better?
I didn't see him. It wasn't about him.
It's about you.
Let me talk.
I don't care what you have
Let
to
her talk.
say. Do you understand?
You are always throwing it in my face that I live in your guest house.
Won't happen again.
I choose to live there, Shirley. With you. For you.
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
You ice people out. You always have.
Have you met yourself?
I chose to live there to help try and keep you warm.
You fucking suck at apology.
I'm an adult. I am a doctor.
You're a slut.
It wasn't Kevin's fault, and he didn't do
Don't
anything.
Dare defend my husband.
All of us are just always helping you keep up this idea in your head that you're perfect Shirley, and we're just a bunch of ups up perfect Shirley's perfect life. No! You do not just get to shove me out of your life! Did you just punch me in the boob?
Yeah. Yeah. If you kiss my husband, that's what you get. You get punched in the boob.
And you get evicted from my house.
No. No. Thank goodness they're together. The ghosts of technology. They have a beeper.
Cheryl?
I got a hit. He used the card at a gas station just east of Amherst.
Amherst.
Can you text me the address?
Cheryl.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Amherst is on the way.
Yeah, I know where it is.
He's stopping in Amherst. He's heading...
Shirley, listen to me. You're gonna stay put. You hear me?
Tell them what happened. Tell them what just happened.
I'll text you.
Nobody talks, nobody communicates.
Some fucking kids playing a prank is what happened.
You know it wasn't. You know that. That's not the only thing like that that's happened here tonight.
I think Luke is going to the house.
Of course he is. Goddamn house. Last time I saw him.
Great cut. The
The
editing.
look in her eye. I've seen that look in Nell over the years. And Luke from the start, drawing crazy ghouls in his treehouse. And hell, I've seen that look in the mirror. Our family has a disease that's never been treated because it was easier to listen to your crazy stories about an evil house.
So you think you saw it in the mirror, and that's why you think you'll never have kids?
Oh, I know I'm never having children.
Do you think that they'll just have the same imaginary sickness?
They would. Nell was delusional, depressed. Luke's an addict. Shirley is a control freak, and Theo's basically a clenched fist with hair. There's something wrong with our goddamn brains. So yeah, I'm never having children. I made sure. Vasectomy. Right out of college. And it was the right call, believe me. If I ever doubted it, some of the bull I've been hallucinating this week.
You really did?
Yeah.
Before you met Lee? You didn't tell her? You didn't tell her?
She wanted kids, I knew that. I kept thinking I'll tell her later, now's not the time. Then we were engaged, and then we were married, and then we were trying. She was so upset it wasn't working. I couldn't say, my genes are rotten, Lee. So I
Well, with donor sperm, you know, it could have happened another way.
I didn't tell her. I thought I was being kind. See, we're all crazy. The crazy cranes. And this sickness already killed 2 of us, might kill a 3rd tonight. Be almost half of us. So, you want to tell me more about the kite and the line? Just tell me what a husband I was. Go ahead.
I'm just so sorry, son.
You did this. This is beautiful.
Thought it might cheer you up. Dad said you've been, I know you're taking a little vacation. I wanted to cheer you up.
Sweet
Sweetie.
boy. Ugh.
How long are you gonna be gone?
Not long, honey. I just need a little time away. It's nothing more than that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
Mom?
There's
You're
an
gonna mess a
older
kid up,
picture of
100%,
wearing
you
a
know?
suit about an hour ago. Did he come in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Did he say anything weird or do anything?
Filled up his Jeep, and then he filled up some cans, like 5 cans.
5 cans, you say?
He's gonna burn it down. I'm not opposed to him burning it down. I'm just opposed to him being inside of it.
Is it him?
At the time.
What are you doing?
I'm driving.
Jesus, Dan, slow down.
He bought 5 cans of gasoline. He's not going there to himself. He's going to burn the house down.
Well, that's a relief.
He's in more danger now than he's ever been. And if he tries to burn it, it will defend itself.
You really didn't hear a word I said.
Yeah, I did. Now you're going to listen to me. There's a lot you don't know. I thought I could keep you kids safe if you didn't know, but for 20
Tell
years
us.
I've been holding the door closed because I knew there were monsters on the other side. Do you understand me?
Not even a little.
Our family is like an unfinished meal to that house. That house is the most dangerous place in the world for all of us. But especially for you.
For me?
Yeah, you. And you are the last person that should ever step foot in that house because of what you wrote. You think you know what you saw? You think you know what you wrote? I know you saw a ghost. Yeah, chapter 19. That little story about the vanity you painted for your mother.
Oh, I saw Mom smash that glass for no reason.
Before that, go to the beginning. You found the vanity in the game room, and you walked by the man repairing the clock, and then you saw your mother looking into the twins' room, staring at their empty beds.
Textbook dissociative episode. She was not well.
No, not her. The man repairing the clock.
What about him?
Do you know what witness marks are? They're basically evidence of repairs that have been done to the clock and what the clock was. Antique clocks, you almost never have a repair record, so you have to learn how to read the witness marks. So you can understand what was done to the machine and how it was meant to function. Witness marks tell the story of the piece, if you know how to read them.
What are you trying to say?
I had that clock evaluated by a professional before we even moved into the house. I just wanted to know its history, know its value. That clock hadn't been touched since the 60s.
You hired a slew of workers toward the end.
No, and if I had, it would have taken specialists, and there's only a handful in the world who know how to do it right. There was no man there, and certainly not one in old overalls with a handlebar mustache. That man wasn't there. You're writing about your crazy mom, your crazy brother. Scary faces in the treehouse. You see the marks, but you don't know how to read them. I never built you kids a treehouse.
What? Luke was in there all the time? I used to go fetch him for dinner.
Flipping a house.
Well, maybe he was already there.
There was no treehouse. We get there, you can have a look, but I have to tell you something. Your mother, she was not sick. She wasn't crazy. Neither was your sister. Neither is your brother. Neither are you. And I'm very sorry you have to be taking all this in right now, but you have to. Because your brother's life depends on it. That house is the most dangerous place in the world for all of us. And that's why I told your sisters to stay put.
You really think they will?
Do you think he's... you know, going there like Nell went there?
No. I guess I don't.
I'm not perfect, you know.
I know.
So go ahead, tell me. Try again.
Dad and I were in your office, and the Forever House was on the floor. And we heard a noise under the desk.
Not that. You already told me that.
I was really drunk.
I swear to God.
And the lights went out. I couldn't see him, if that makes any sense.
You know what? Never mind.
I'm trying to tell you.
Forget I asked.
I just don't know what I'm dealing with.
Just say it.
We've all been dealing, and we somehow managed not to try to f each other's spouses.
Hey, that's not what this was about.
So, you were drunk, and that's supposed to be okay?
I'm telling you. I touched Nell's body the night before.
What is wrong with you?
Why don't you listen? I'm telling you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
Excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
Are you okay?
That was her! That was her! See that, Shirley? Do you believe that? You want to know why I did it? I touched Nell because I had to know. You know what happens when I touch people. A part of you knows. It always has. I touched her. And I felt nothing. Just nothing. And it spread. It spread everywhere in me, this nothing. Until I couldn't feel anything anymore. I was just this dark, empty, black hole. I tried to fill me back up and I called Trish and she came right away and I felt nothing. And then I tried to mourn at the wake and I felt nothing. And so I drank and nothing worked. I couldn't feel anything. And then we're in the basement and the lights go out and I can't see. I'm just floating in this ocean of nothing. And I wonder if this is it, if this is what death is, just darkness and numbness and alone. And I wondered if that's what she felt and that's what Mom feels. That it's just numb and nothing and alone. What if that's what it is for all of us when the time comes? And then the lights came on and there he was, and he was a light in the darkness. He was a life preserver in the ocean. I reached for him because I had to feel something. I had to feel anything. I didn't see him. I didn't see him. I didn't see him. And he stopped me. He stopped me. He took my hands and he said no, and then I saw him, and then you walked in. There. God, I'm so glad I did it though. Because it worked. I started feeling things again and I felt shame and I felt grief. I felt so fucking scared that I was gonna lose the only sister that I had left. I had to do it because it felt better than nothing. That thorough shame was so much better than that horrible, empty nothing. I can't, Shirley, please. I am so sorry.
This is not gonna work.
2, 3, 4.
The house is gonna defend itself. Ah. No. I feel like I need to take that episode in. The performances are so good, the writing is so good. Like, if you're gonna make a mid-tier TV show, like, good luck out there these days, you know? Very good. On to the next.